How goes it, everybody? How are you doing on this fantastic Tuesday? Hope you got out and voted in your local election. I know I did. Let's see here. What's up? How goes it, Sir Josh? What else we got? Haven't seen any chasing in West Virginia yet. All right. Well, you should start seeing it soon. I mean, in general, across the board, if you got the weather, you're gonna see it for sure. If it's cold over there, not sure. We were getting snow here already, so the deer are definitely chasing where we are. And I've seen it all weekend, shining at night. Big bucks up on their feet, moving around. Some bucks even laying and, you know, tending their does already, which is insane. But I'm way up here in northern Wisconsin where it's been freezing cold, so you know, weather has a lot to do with it. I'm gonna give it a few minutes. Oh, what happened? Can you see me, honey?
No. Broken.
Why? What happened? Okay, it should be back now. Am I back?
Yeah.
Perfect. That was weird. I don't know what happened to the internet there. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Oh, thanks, James. I appreciate the views. I absolutely do. This week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's going to be episodes, and in my opinion, they're pretty good. So you're definitely going to want to tune in this week. Like I had said, outshining, the bucks are chasing. Some are even tending their does, it seems. I don't know if that's just because we got extra cold weather, you know, might be making it a little faster for them. But with all that said, let's go ahead and just hop in some trail cameras, shall we? That's what we're all here for, right? We're gonna start all the way back on the 21st. I think that's the oldest one I have, because like we weren't here last week together, so let's get into it. All right, I will definitely go check out your video. I would definitely go check out your video, Pike Lake, and James. Yeah, absolutely. Probably the same. If you're on the same, you know, if we're in the same latitude, I'm an idiot. Anyway, it should be about the same all across the board, especially if you're getting cold weather. Let's just hop in here. I don't even remember what's in a lot of these trail camera videos from a week ago. We just got some does. I've taken a camera in and out of this chunk of property, I don't know how many times now, and I put one back in there this last week. So we just got some does moving around. Oh, a little buck passing through daylight hours, 9:43. I like it. That's what we like to see. This is a while ago now. We're kind of off of 45th parallel. I'll have to look it up. I have no idea. But boom, right there. Unfortunately, everyone. Is that an 8-pointer? Turn your head again. This buck, I believe, is 100% dead as of today, or not today, but this week. Let me pull it up here, if I can. What's going on? Boop. I'm gonna find this photo for you guys. I want you to see it ahead of time. We'll just do it like this. Oh my god, I'm not even showing you guys trail camera videos. What's happening? My wife's upstairs watching this. How are you not telling me that I'm not even showing the trail camera videos? Anyway, so I've taken my camera on and off this property a few times. Oh man. Alright, well we got some people having some technical difficulties, so I'm going to give this a second while we hang out. I gotta message someone here. Do. Sorry guys, still new to this whole live streaming on YouTube thing. Twitch makes it just so much easier. Yeah, right, absolutely, Josh. All right, at least you guys can see what I'm seeing now. I hope You've not played with that toy in years, Sipper. Really, come on. Up here. Come on. Come on, Sipper. Get up here. The stream wants to see you. Up. Alright, Sipper's gonna be part of Trail Camera Tuesday. Alright, it looks like the stream is kind of smoothed out here, so we're gonna get back into the videos here. Starting all the way back on 21st, so this information is a little old, but we skipped last week, so we might as well check into it now. I've taken a camera on off this property quite a few times, but it's still relevant. So we're gonna go through here, and unfortunately, like I was saying before, the internet wanted to mess up again. What's up, Run the Hunt, is this guy here. Look at that beautiful 8-pointer. That beautiful 8-pointer was about 150 yards away from me a couple weekends ago, and the neighboring property got the best of him. Let's see if this focuses on it. So unfortunately, this guy is he's already on the ground. He's already at my favorite taxidermist, High Ground Taxidermy. So it's a sad day, but man, it was a nice one. It was a real nice buck. Let's see if it'll focus again. I don't think it's going to. Anyway, real nice buck, but he's on the ground already. And it's real unfortunate for me, but congratulations to the guy that got him. I mean, you can't be mad at it. That was a nice buck. So, you know, sometimes it's your day, sometimes it's not, and it wasn't my day. But this little patch of woods that I have this camera on is, I mean, you can see into windows of a house. I'm literally parked less than 50 yards away from the truck, or from the stand. I can see the truck is less than 50 yards away, but the deer just funnel through this area. So it makes it easy to get into, easy to get out of, easy to hunt. Yeah, he's out of the game, absolutely. I have, how many cameras do I have? I think I have 5 cameras. Let's see. 1 Moultrie, which I like for some reasons, but dislike for others. So as you can see here, I mostly own Wild Game Innovations. They're just so cheap. They last plenty long for me. If you can get 3 to 4 years of use out of a Wild Game Innovations, it pays itself off. I mean, the prices you pay for some other cameras is just ridiculous. The downside, one of the biggest downsides for me, Wild Game Innovations, you see these file names here, WGI, no matter what, it doesn't continuously number them, and you can't change the name of the file, so you can't just put all your pictures into one folder for certain spots. So every time I pull a card from this North Ravine, for example, I have to create a new North Ravine folder because the next card I pull is going to start at 001 again. I don't know if that's just the specific Wild Game Innovation cameras I have, but that's the downside. That's the biggest part of this Moultrie, is I can just see these files, they continuously count. So I can keep dumping the same photos into this folder, because at the end of the year I'd like to keep an organized history of how my properties progress through the year, what times you're seeing bucks show up, what time they're leaving. You need to know that for the upcoming season. But it's 90% Wild Game Innovations, 1 Moultrie. And that's the best way I have. I mean, if I could do all one brand, I would probably do Moultries, because I hate the user interface for Moultrie though. Don't get me wrong, the user interface for Moultrie is a nightmare, but for me, the file numbering is huge, and they're still cheap. So that's the big part about the Moultrie for me. But otherwise, yeah, it's Wild Game Innovations all day, because their $60 cameras are putting out real good quality. But let's see, let's just keep moving on here. I got a few on this end, because I mean, look at this Wild Game Innovations. Like that's full screen. That's a 720 video Can't go wrong with that. It looks beautiful. It looks fine. Let's see. This is north of the kill plot. I don't remember what we had on this camera back then. Little buck moving through. Still hanging out. What else we got? It's like I'm seeing these videos for the first time again. I moved this camera back a ways, put a mock scrape up, and ended up getting like no videos. So I moved it back even further onto the edge of this field over here on the north to get a better view of what's happening over there. But like I said, these are all still kind of, these are from 2 weeks ago. Let's see what all these videos are. Oh yeah, the pinch point on the swamp. This is literally water, maybe 25, 30 yards of woods and then a road, and they travel east and west on that through there a lot to get to beds, to get to food. So I put a camera out there just to see. I didn't plan on hunting this spot, but I ended up with one great video out of here. The rest is just does, and I'm seeing what time they're going there, 6:40, 7:40, things like that. Yeah, I hunt all public land, so thousands of acres. I have one private property that I hunt, but I am only hunting like a 20-acre chunk of it. Like that's all I really concentrate on. Otherwise, I'm hunting many public chunks that are large. So, I mean, it's all over the place. Yeah, I toast so many does on all of my videos, especially this group of videos, because it was before it got cold, before the rut really started to pick up. Those bucks were still laying all day. So a lot of these videos in this first folder that we're looking at right now are does as well. But I got a couple of nice ones, and then there's the public land. So if Strinky is in here, probably not watching. But I got you on camera, bro. I wonder what you saw that day. Let's see, what else did we have? Not too long. We got that little guy moving around. I ran into him this week. You're gonna see a really good video of this little buck. Walked right past me in the stand. Hey, Chisel Outdoors. Yep, that was you, wasn't it? The date is a little off. I think that was like the 24th, not the 25th, because the date was wrong on this camera, but you missed this. Look at that guy, he's dead. Spoiler alert. That was the 8-pointer that got shot, and he got shot, what day was that? That was, let's go back, the 27th. So this is the 26th in the morning. I sat there on the 27th, and never saw him. I saw a bear that day, but you know, it'll happen. Yeah, I actually have, so one of the user submissions that we'll look at the end, it's a trail camera with audio that records audio as well, and it's really interesting, so make sure you guys stick around to watch that, because it was a doe, but it's being vocal on camera, and it's pretty cool to see. But the rest of this little pinch point over here on this public chunk was all does, I believe. It was this one specific doe just hanging out. That little buck walks by again. He's been hanging out in the area. Like I said, I'd seen him this week. What else we got? That was it, I believe. Then me going to get the camera. So let's keep moving here. Let's go to the regular camera. This is right next to my tree stand. Let's see, what did we, I think this was all does as well. I don't think I had the big buck on camera here. Like I said, this is old information. You can see this is from October 22nd. Not that important to go over. That was a long time ago. It feels like forever because I've been hunting so much for the last week. But this spot is amazing for late mornings, you know, 9 o'clock in the morning. You got deer walking by like this one, 10:03. They just love to traverse this edge. Let's see, what else? I don't think anything really interesting happened in this video, so I'm clicking through so fast. But I mean, look at these times. It's 10:19, 10 o'clock. These deer move around there at just odd times. Definitely an all-day sit location. and then the kill plot. I don't know if there's anything interesting. So this is the Moultrie camera, which I like the information you get in this camera, like the file naming, and the quality is pretty good. But like I said, this camera is $80. Oh yeah, here you go. I forgot about this. All right, you can see the field of view that I should have on this camera. First video we get before I leave this camera for an entire week. First video we get. First one. Yeah. Thanks, Bear. Appreciate it. I'm glad you wanted to check out my camera. So then he ends up messing with it forever. And then you can see now my videos are pointed 10 feet up in the air and they don't catch anything, really. I don't see anything. And then I even go out there the next day. This is the day that, this was 2 weekends ago. I literally leaf blew the kill plot. It was completely covered in under like 6 inches of leaves. I took a leaf blower out there and cleaned off the kill plot, but I never checked the camera. Like, it never even thought about something that had moved it. So I'm out there and could have fixed it and didn't. So all of these videos were of nothing. They were just pointed up in the air, which sucks. That was a complete waste of a week. But let's get into some more current videos. And I want to start with, I'm gonna start with this one because it's the most interesting. Look at that guy. Look at that buck. This buck is very interesting. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what this buck looks like because I took a very close-up shot of him. I saw him from the stand. The day after this, Halloween day, I saw this buck in the stand and I passed him up. And you can see why in the actual video that'll be coming on Thursday. You'll see this buck while I'm in the stand. A decision that goes into passing him up, which, just like my Instagram post, I still don't know how I feel about it. He's just a very interesting buck. But when I first saw this video, I imagined this buck being just super wide and tilted funny. It ended up being this antler is like growing up the side of his head, and the other side doesn't really have any horns. So yeah, he was definitely a big deer. He's definitely a mature deer, and I probably should have shot him. 100%, I should have shot this buck, but just something in me didn't want that to be my first deer. Yeah, right, he would be a cool mount. Yeah, you're supposed to be like, yeah, glad you passed him up. That made me feel better. No, I probably won't get another chance the rest of the season. But that's where we're gonna. That's just. I wanted to get this video out of the way right away. That was a new buck. He showed up at 1 a.m. and then I saw him the next day on the 31st in the morning at like 10. But it was interesting. It was interesting to say the least. Let's start on the kill plot. I don't know if there's anything interesting on the kill plot this week, so we'll start there. A lot of dose. This is a lot of these polls were 1 day apart, so you know, you don't get a lot of information per card poll when you're pulling them 1 day, 2 days apart. But we get a lot of this. This is the other thing. The Moultrie has a positive that comes out of this, but when you have, if you have something just outside the frame of video here, it will trigger it. It's got a wider detection range than it has a video range, and I understand the theory behind it. If something comes running, it detects it, should start the video while it's in there, and then it leaves. But the problem that exists is if there's something just out of frame, you get a lot of empty videos. If it's just sitting off to the side over here just by like a little bit, it'll just capture nothing over and over. Like this one, you can see it right at the beginning. There's a squirrel right down here who triggers it, and then you don't see anything in frame for multiple videos because they're just out of frame. Like this one, bird triggered it. That's a little different, you know, that's gonna happen. But like, look at all these videos that have, you know, nothing, because whatever it is, turkeys are just out of frame. Maybe that's my fault. I have it set up too close to where I'm trying to get pictures from. I don't know, but yeah, the wind is blowing that tree. I think it's actually a bird in that tree. I think that's what's actually happening. Or like that one video, the very first one was a squirrel. I think the squirrel might have been at the bottom bump of the tree as well. But and then we get more of this. The bears just don't leave it alone. That was one day. I went out there, pulled the card, came back, and I wear gloves. Oh yeah, feeders will do that. Yeah, I bet that would. I wear gloves when I'm pulling my SD cards out of these. So if anyone's got any ideas on how these bears are just attacking my camera, it'd be great to know what I could do differently. I didn't move it off of this specific tree, so I'm hoping that's gonna help, but we'll see. Yeah, I get a lot of, I actually don't get a lot of leaf or trim or limbs triggering my cameras. The Wild Game Innovations are pretty good at it. It's gotta be a lot of movement or the tree it's on. The biggest one I see is when the tree it's on moves. It'll trigger my cameras a lot. That's usually what I end up seeing. But this is where that bear left my camera. So, I mean, this is what it was supposed to be pointed at. That bear got it turned all the way to the right and pointed crooked at the ground. Yeah, there are a lot of bear hunters in my area. I mean, there's a bunch in my family that bear hunt. So, you know, the people we know hunt this land for bear. They have tags, but so then I got out there and fixed that camera. But let's move on. Was this anything? I don't know why I only have one video in there. That was weird. Let's just ignore that. Let's go north. Yeah, this was after I moved the camera. It caught one little buck. Oh, let me tell you about this video. If you remember last week's video, one of the ones, oh yeah, he knew I needed to point at the ground. That's the best place to put a camera, I hear, is like right at the ground. So, this is Marilyn's buck. She's decided to name him Spyro. I know you guys, a lot of you were here when we were trying to name this buck. She decided on Spyro. That's what we're gonna call him. His name is Spyro. However, if you remember the video from last week, we sat out on kill plot during midday. We took selfies on the road at 11:55. If we just stayed in the stand for another 30 minutes, there is a great chance that we get this buck in bow range. Just the luck that we have. And I mean, that just sucks. 11:58, we just hang out for a little bit longer. It was a Sunday, so you know, you're trying to get back. We gotta go pack all our stuff, go home, do laundry for the week, get all the hunting stuff put away. I mean, it's a whole process. So we usually don't stay that late on Sundays. This one in particular, you know, I felt like staying for the evening. We kind of wanted to stay for the evening hunt, but we both were like, life, let's go home. And it was cold. Oh, it was so cold that day. And here we are, 11:58. He decided to walk by. Yeah, that's hunting. Absolutely. You're just wrong place, or right place, wrong time, forever. He's he's even looking at the road. Like, I know you guys are out there. Hope you enjoy your day. Yeah. Oh, just crazy. But that was all that camera caught, which was kind of upsetting. Oh, let's see what else we got. Swampland. I know I got some interesting stuff on here as well. That, I can't tell if it's a deer or a coyote. Definitely looks like a coyote, but I feel like it's a deer. You can't really tell. That's all I get of it. Like, I thought it was a deer right away, but then when you look at its tail right there, it kind of looks funny. Oh, I know, right? This weekend, bobcat. I didn't even think about that. It might be. This camera's pretty high, though. That would be a really tall bobcat. Because it seems pretty close. Definitely could be. Definitely could be. Yeah, this weekend I'll be out Friday. Friday is going to be 14 degrees with a 12-mile-an-hour wind. I'm looking forward to it, don't get me wrong. But sitting in the stand is gonna suck, like a lot. And then, like I said, this spot on the hill, you just get weird, because that was a deer right there. Boop, little doe running by at 11:19. It is an all-day spot for sure. Then we got this buck. I already showed you guys that. And then once again, I decided not to sit here during a midday movement because I was kind of fed up with public land, and we had this buck. He was definitely running up out of the swamp. It's a little guy. Toms get tall very well. Things I don't know. He was definitely interested in something happening up here, and I'm pretty sure it was bucks fighting behind the camera, because the next video is him kind of running away. And then that right there, that odd buck running around. So we got the one-sided buck, and then we got this other one-sided buck. I have yet to see him in the stand though. 2 inches of snow on Friday. That'll be a great time to get out in the woods. But deer moving like crazy, and I thought about sitting here. I would have already been in the stand. I would have got in about 9:30, leave about 1. Right place, wrong time constantly. Would have been fun, because I mean there were deer there all over the place, searching those trails. The bucks are definitely up on their feet searching. I know that here in Wisconsin. You can't really see what's happening here, but pretty sure it was just a doe. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. And you got that little guy. I mean, he's not that little, but he's I think he's just that 8 that we had seen earlier. Yeah, snow definitely helps for tracking. That is for sure. A lot of foggy videos on this one. And then here you go again, 10 o'clock in the morning. That's when the deer are running by here. Love that I have a late morning spot like that though. It really makes it, I never worry about walking in late at this spot, which is really nice. It's nice to have a location like that. We'll just stay on swampland and finish all the videos we have from out there. I think these are actually older than the ones I just showed you guys. I don't know, 11:2. They're the same time. Evening hunt, could have saw this guy, didn't sit there, as usual. Par for the course. Santa needs money. Yeah, needs it every year, doesn't he? A little doe. What else we got up here? I don't even remember what's in a lot of these videos. Doe's wandering around all over the place on this spot. I love it. Love this spot a lot. She better right down. Look at that. That's awesome. I don't remember if I want to say a buck comes running up here at the end. Big doe comes through. These does are definitely worried about something. Well, they're checking for something. They're on alert. What else do we have up here? Does. There's the little buck. Came up and ruined the party. But what concerns me is there's an empty video. Oh no, it's not an empty video. But like when these does bolt, I don't get what was chasing them right away. And then this buck runs through. There's no way this buck triggered this camera, 8 seconds before he got in frame. So it sucks that I missed whatever started this whole situation. But buck up there, checking for does, seeing what's up. I think she heard the camera on that one, actually. And then I don't remember what, I think that was me. Yeah, that was me pulling the card, I think, the morning before I sat. Because that morning, we saw the buck. What else we got? Pheasant land. So we gave up on pheasant land, for all of you that were keeping up. I chose a different chunk of pheasant land, and I'm getting after it again. And it's proving to be kind of frustrating. But we got a little buck there. Daylight hours, that's always a good sign. It doesn't matter what deer you're seeing during daylight. If you are seeing deer during daylight, it's always a good sign that a mature buck may also stumble upon that area in daytime. Either searching for does, if you're seeing those in daylight, or little bucks, he's trying to run out of the area. It's always a good sign. We got him. So this branch here on this tree, I literally tied up with one of the bungees from this trail camera. So I found a strong branch from another tree so I could put it at what I was hoping was the right height on another tree so I could get this camera up. Because you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But it turned out to prove to be awesome because every deer I had came and checked out the scrape, checked out the branch, and did exactly what I wanted them to do. That was a nice buck. Like, I would be perfectly content taking this buck down for my first one. I haven't had him on camera again. So he was there on the 30th. I checked the cameras again on whatever day that was, November 4th. I pulled all the cards again, and he wasn't on camera again. So we'll see. If he was there once, he might come back. So still optimistic. Let's see, there's the rest of the does, and then me. And then I had a few more from out there. Little buck came back again. Little buck passing through. Turkeys. So many turkeys there. There was turkeys there all morning that morning. I was hunting it that morning. I think that was it. That was it for all of my trail camera videos for 2 weeks. Oh, we got some here. Oh, this is the one with the, so this is, I pulled it on the Sunday or whatever. Those aren't from the right area. Got 2 corrupted files, and then camera moved. This card was out of somewhere weird, and then I didn't pull the files off. But we got a fat raccoon, because he leaves, and then he comes back, and look, he's carrying something, or he hurt his paw, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go with he's carrying something, because he's not using it, and that is a fat raccoon, so I'm assuming he's carrying some sort of food, which is hilarious. Right back to the camera. Little buck comes by, checks out the scrape, raccoon goes away again, and that was it. That was it for my trail cameras for 2 weeks. Nothing crazy exciting. It's not discouraging though. By any means am I discouraged in any way, shape, or form. We're seeing big bucks on all of our properties. It's just a matter of being there at the right time. I've been trying to hunt the wind as much as possible, and that has been proving to not be right. Every time I've been hunting a place because the other place would be bad for the wind, that's when the bucks are showing up on their straggler. No, I have not tried a horizontal rub tree. I've seen videos on YouTube. They seem to work for sure. Hunting Public, that's a great YouTube channel. Yeah, no, I've seen some really good results from a horizontal rubbing tree for sure. Oh yeah, being able to get on some private land is, oh, that's key. That's always makes it a lot better. Yeah, I mean that's the tough part is, you know, hunting public, because you need to choose a good spot in general, but if you get too good of a spot, there's other hunters there. So then you gotta try to find a spot that's good for you. And how I've been picking my public spots is, I want one public spot that is, I'm picking it specifically for the wind. One for the south, one from the north, and one in between. That's what I've been trying to find my spots for. Yeah, that's hunting right there. Sit all day and then almost hit one in your car. 4 private land properties. That's, oh man, that's the dream. That is the dream. The struggle in Wisconsin, so many people hunt that it's so hard, because I have a really hard time sharing land with someone. Like, I don't want to invade on their, like, I know how I would be if I owned my land, so it's hard to hunt other people's land even with permission. But yeah, the biggest success for hunting public land that I have seen from people, like people I know, people on YouTube, finding public land that has a river going through it and canoeing into a very remote location. That's been the most success to not be ruined by other hunters. Unfortunately, I don't have a canoe, don't have a kayak, don't have access to a canoe or kayak, nor do I want to try to embark on that kind of journey. So I've been picking little corners, chunks that people just ignore because it's so small, and I mean, it's been working out. These cameras have had big bucks on them. One of them even got killed near where my camera was. So it's working out, ish. I'm hoping it'll get better, but hey, I appreciate the offer. If I ever do end up traveling to hunt, I will take you up on that offer, Kyle. But we're gonna hop into our viewer submitted videos, which thank you all if you're in here for sending them in. The first one is pretty cool. Let me completely mute this music though, and play this full audio. Here we go. I don't know how well you guys can hear that. Put my headphones on, see if I can hear it. So that's a pretty cool video. You can hear that doe grunting. Or, I mean, possibly there's a buck behind the camera grunting, you know. But, I mean, that's awesome. Having audio on a trail camera is expensive, for one. But, two, is pretty cool. You can hear that doe grunting. That's something that I've never even really seen before. Whether I was in the stand, on camera, videos, anything like that. But thank you, 21, for sending those in. That was your email address. If you're here, thank you for submitting. That was a really cool video. I'm really glad he sent it in. Let's go to Brad. Thank you for your submission. Oh, that did not come up in the right area. Why are you white? Whatever. Great buck. Look at that thing. That's just an incredible deer. But I mean, like how? Oh, that's awesome. Catching anything, the sounds on trail camera, that's something that I definitely got to look into because it's really cool. But that is an incredible buck, Brad. That's just, I wish you the best of luck on these guys. Those are definitely different bucks. They're both giants. Good luck out there. I hope that you can get on those guys and they make a mistake for you. Come within bow range. All right, let's go to Ken. He's got some beauties wandering around as well. You got one in the background there. Great looking buck. Great photos, great looking buck. I mean, what more can you say than that other than good luck? I hope he makes a mistake. It's that time of year where they're gonna start making mistakes. They're gonna be showing their faces at the wrong time. Kyle, thank you for sending in. I hope I got the names on the right photos. I think I did. I put this together really quick while we got home late. I voted, got home late, trying to set up the live stream. Anyway, congratulations to Bill. That is a phenomenal buck with the, oh, come on, zoom back in, with the weird brow tine double action going on there. I think that's Bill. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle. You're in here. And then this one was Jeremy. Great looking deer as well. Whoops. Great looking buck as well. Another double brow tine. Little sticker on the other one, it looks like. Perfect. I'm glad I got it right. I should have just been confident in the beginning, right? Just went for it. Great looking buck as well. Congratulations to you two. Getting it done early. That's fantastic. And then Reese, he's got his names there, which is fantastic, by the way. Ghost, look at him right there. Like, know the name behind that or the story behind that if you're in here. It's great to know. But you can see him in the back there chasing a doe, or you know, they might just be walking on the trail together. You never know. But it's about that time. It was cold enough, and then there's the Ghost again. It's literally it's a different time, different day, same trail. Great looking buck. I look forward to seeing the next one, Kyle, for sure. But great looking bucks there. And then you got Junior. He can grow up into a huge buck. I mean, the height he got out of his horns already, give it a few years, it's gonna be great. If he can grow a couple years. And then this one's just a file name. Great looking buck as well. I wish I was better at aging deer, but it comes with experience, right? It comes with time, right? A few years from now, I'll be getting better at it. Been trying to teach myself best I can. But that was the viewer submissions. I think this is just too cool, though. He's getting the grunting in there. But that's it for trail cameras. But like I had said earlier, the deer, the bucks, I mean, we go shining all the time in Wisconsin. I try to go every night when I'm there. We had a buck. You'll watch the episode tomorrow. I talk about it. But anyway, we got a buck, nice buck, real nice 8-pointer, well outside his ears, shining down the road. They were 5 yards off the road. I slam on the brakes. I backed the truck up, and this buck never looked at me once. All he did was stare at the doe that was laying 5 feet in front of him, and he didn't move until she got up and moved. So it was that was very telling to me that some of the mature deer are already like, this is my doe and I'm waiting for her. So if you had a deer that disappeared off a camera or something like that, he might just be laying with his doe, and you're gonna see him probably in a week or two when he comes off that doe, moving on to the next one. It's an interesting time of year because weather can affect everything as well. If we've been averaging in like the 25 to 30s high to low for a week now, you get a 45, 50 degree day in there. Every bit of rut sign that you've seen in the past week is pointless that day. Those bucks are just gonna lay down. Weather has a lot to do with how a deer reacts, and it's all a guessing game at that point. I mean, even the experts, the industry, the Drury Outdoors, sometimes they even are like, hey, this is exactly it, except sometimes it's not. Even they do it. I mean, like I had said before, deer hunting is an exact science until it's not, because that's just the truth of it. I'd say it's 90% luck, and then 5%. Yeah, windy and warm. That's a bad recipe. that's the best you can do, is put a recipe together to go out and hunt. So I will be out again this weekend, 3 days in a row. I'm back to just weekend hunting. I took all my vacation. I put in my bulk of vacation right around the 1st because I felt the full moon was gonna get these deer on their feet on the 24th. Yeah, cooling down. That's the way to go. It looks to be, if you really believe in the moon phase and what the moon does to deer, I know some people do, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd are going to be your greatest mornings of hunting because the moon is setting just in the morning, just after sunrise. That's going to be what you need to key in on if you really believe in that. I mean, that's rifle season in Wisconsin, so I'll be hunting. There's no doubt in my mind. I'll be hunting that. But cold weather, a little bit of wind, lots of sun. It's a great recipe for success, and that's all you gotta hope for as a hunter. But hopefully you guys are all starting to see rutting activity in your neck of the woods as well. And pretty much does it for Trail Camera Tuesday. Thank you guys for hanging out. You're amazing. I love doing this. The live chat and stuff is a great time. Let's see, I missed something here. I got 6 acres that border thousands of public, so I get a lot of deer. I have some does grunting. I'm in the process of moving to Hayward. That's my neck of the woods-ish. We go up there camping all the time in the summer. So I'm getting more videos. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm torn. Like, I would, like, at times, I think having some land against public is an amazing idea, especially, rifle season. Because everybody walking into that public land is going to be chasing deer to you. But then on the flip side of that same coin, they could be killing the big bucks. They could be running the big bucks off of your property completely. those are things that could be happening. So yeah, good luck to everyone. Be safe out there. Rifle seasons are starting to kick in around the country as well. So good luck to you if you're getting in on those as well. Ours is not until the Thanksgiving weekend. The 16th is the Friday, or whenever that is. The time of year that we look forward to in Wisconsin. Yeah, the 17th. 17th is the opener here. It's going to be interesting this year. I think I'm going to have to exclusively hunt public rifle this year, which is kind of unfortunate, but you lose property sometimes when other people own it, and they have lives too, and they decide to sell their land. There's not much you can do about it, but we're working on it. Hey, I'd love to see them, Ron. Send all the videos you can. I'd love to share them with the class as well. Good luck to you too, Riley. Hey, good luck on the 15th. There you go. Yeah, the rifle season's right around the corner. Can't wait. 19th, yep, absolutely. 15th, yeah, there you go. So, that's a weird day to start a rifle hunt. A Thursday? Why has Michigan gotta be so weird? I mean, I guess that would kind of keep the numbers down. Not everyone can take off work to go hunting. But, yeah, thank you guys for all hanging out. Three does a day. Going out and filling the freezer for rifle season. I mean, rifle season for me, it's like bow season. I'm after the trophy buck. I'm after the big ones. I'm passing up every deer I can to try to get the perfect deer. That's why I haven't shot a buck in 12 years. Rifle season, there's times when it's brown, it's down. We're getting meat to some people that want and need it. It's more about the camaraderie and hanging out with people than anything else for rifle season for me. So I always look forward to it. I still get the butterflies just like I did as a kid. But the day before rifle season, can't hunt before opening morning. And it's a great time. So good luck to everyone out there. Be safe. Yeah. Before you all leave, once again, Trail Camera Tuesday will most likely be on Monday next week. I have to work the board meeting at work. My real job, not my fun job, this one. So I'll be at work all day Tuesday. So we're gonna do Trail Camera Tuesday on Monday next week. So I will see you all then. Send in your photos and videos if you can. Have a great evening, everybody.